We're ready.
I'd like to open the meeting of the Township of Hamilton for Monday, April 21st, 2025. Please stand for the flag salute.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law by posting a notice of this meeting on the bulletin board in the municipal building and by transmitting notice of this meeting to the Press of Atlantic City, the Star Ledger, and the Atlantic County Record on January the 8th, 2025. Mr. Cheek?
Here.
Mr. Patali?
Here.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Here.
Mayor Schenker?
Here. Can we get a moment of silence for private reflection, please? Thank you. We'll start off with a couple guest presentations. First, we have the New Jersey Department of Transportation. Thanks, Carl. It's about the Route 4050 bridge over Great Egg Harbor project. Floor is yours, wherever you want. Microphone would probably be better.
Okay, great. Let's see here then. Sorry, apologize. Yeah, it's pretty easy. You know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Okay. Good evening, Mr. Mayor,
Thanks.
council members, members of the public. My name is Brian Garbez. I am working for Dewberry Engineers. I'm here on behalf of NJDOT. We're here to present to you about the Route 4050 bridge replacement over Great Egg Harbor River. With me tonight in the front row, I have Sandra Opoku from Community Relations, Jackie Seif, Paul Zuka, there he is, the DOT project manager. We have Mohammed Hussein, he's the assistant project manager for DOT. You have myself, and also with me, Bailey Dixon. He's the assistant PM for Dewberry. So just want to let you know where this project stands. We are nowhere near finished. In fact, we've really just started. So this diagram here shows NJDOT's project delivery process. So you can see we're really here at the beginning where we are in the concept development phase. The idea of this part of the project is to develop a purpose of need for the project, identify what we have to show to you tonight is the preliminary preferred alternative to replace it. Then it goes to DOT to see if it actually graduates to the next phase. What would then happen is you would see the next phase in green, which is called preliminary engineering. That is where the PPA, the preliminary preferred alternative, is further refined. We expect that to start at the spring of 2027. Once that phase is complete, it goes to the purple, which is final design. That's when contract plan specifications are developed for a contract to be bid. We expect that to initiate in fall 2028. And finally, construction would be in around the 2031 to 2033 timeframe. So as you can see, we are very far away from this project going. So it's good for us to get the public involved in the early phases of the project. So what we'll do is we'll go over the preliminary preferred alternative to show you the proposed improvements for the project. Then we're going to walk you through how we envision this project being built so you can see what the impacts are going to be as this project is advanced. So what you see on this sheet here, the top is a plan view and aerial of the area. The bottom is a roadway profile. We'll give you some close-ups on that because right now if you asked me to read any of those letters, I would read none of them. So first up is the existing bridge is around 74 feet long. We would replace it with a single-span bridge, essentially the same size. So what you see is the blue is the proposed structure, and there are also some retaining walls on the side of it as well. What you see in the orange box is an outline of the existing bridge. So you can see, essentially, we are keeping the new bridge in the same location as the existing, but we are going to provide some improvements in the area. First off, the intersection right now is substandard with traffic signals and pedestrian facilities. So what will happen, there will be some improvements at this intersection. Circled in blue are locations of new traffic signals. And what you will also see at all four corners of the intersection, those two white lines, you will now have ADA ramps at all four corners of the intersection. Another improvement is, it's tough to see with the pointer here, I apologize, but Everyone, I think, knows how tight that right-hand turn is from Route 40 and 50 onto River Drive. So if you can see right now below the gray, there's a black curved line that represents the curb line where it is now. You can see we are shifting that further away to improve that turn radius so that we don't have any more issues with trucks mounting the curbs. And we also realized when the traffic pole got hit back in 2017 with the Walmart truck and carried it halfway down River Drive. What will be required for that work is a retaining wall along Mays Landing Marina that is not going to impact the operations or the ability for the owner to store boats. Really, we're going to maintain the existing slope as it is there, just put a wall to accommodate the wider turn radius and the sidewalk. Okay, moving down here, the only benefit of the profile here is this is basically as if you're looking at the bridge through the roadway. Tough to see, but what this demonstrates is we're not raising the roadway at all. It's staying where it is today. So basically there's a black line on top of a dash line that really just shows the roadway is going to stay today. It's not going to get any higher. So what you see on top is a cross-section of the existing bridge. This is looking towards Mays Landing Marina from the west. So the top half is the existing bridge. Once again, I apologize. It's tough to see. But that is now superimposed down below is the proposed bridge, which is going to be a same span, once again, 73 foot, 6 inches. It's going to be a precast concrete superstructure. It's going to be a bit wider, but all that widening, as you can see, will be to the left-hand side of the screen, which is to the north. On the right-hand side, where you see the blue box, we were conscious to keep that fascia line, which is where the bridge limits are, to be where they are today to limit the impacts to that marina, and also keeping the roadway aligned with the intersection since it is very tight throughout the intersection at the outside limits of our project. What you'll also notice is the beams that are out there now are about 8 foot deep. We're going to come back with a much shallower superstructure. So basically the bottom of those beams, if you saw the picture, which you'll see again at the end, where the bottom of those beams were over the water, very low clearance from the bottom of the beams to the water surface. You're now going to get another 4.5 feet, a little more than that additional clearance. So that just allows some more opportunities for recreational boats to go upstream of the bridge. All right, so we're going to have a few slides here now showing you how the bridge is going to be constructed. What you'll see on the top is what gets demolished in this stage. What down below is what gets built. So you'll see some blue boxes that should help out of what things are looking like. So the first 2 boxes on the roadway up top and also on the cross section, again, that's repeated from what you saw in previous slides. That shows where the traffic's going. So basically in the first stage, all that happens is traffic that's there today, the 2 lanes will be moved to the northern half of the structure. So what that allows us to do is some partial demolition of the existing wing walls. Really probably doesn't mean much to the people here, but the only benefit to that is now when you go down below the bottom half of the drawing, which shows construction, you see that in the red, we are going to put up a temporary pedestrian bridge. That's going to accommodate pedestrians throughout construction. The idea is to move it to the south. It's a one-time move, and it basically provides a maximum amount of safety for pedestrians throughout construction. And it also serves as a temporary structure that's going to carry the utilities. There are aerial utilities and underground utilities on the north side. Those will also be carried by that temporary bridge. And you can see that once again in the cross section to the left. You see that cross, once again, I apologize that it's not working too well with the pointer, but it is there. Okay, so now, sorry, I clicked too many ahead. There we go. Okay, so that's our first stage of construction. Second stage now, all that traffic that was on the northern half now gets moved down to the southern half. So in this stage, we're going to shift that traffic, and then now that pedestrian traffic, as shown in green, is on that temporary bridge. All that has to be done in this first stage for demolition is purely taking off the northern sidewalk, because that's going to make room for the next step in this stage on the construction end, is to build a temporary vehicular bridge. It's going to carry both lanes of traffic while we're building the bottom half of the structure. So now going to the... Sure. About the temporary bridge. It's going to carry 2 lanes of traffic. Yes. Yep. All right, so now the green means traffic's on that temporary bridge up top now. So now you'll see those traffic arrows are now all the way to the north on that green portion of the structure shown on that cross section on the upper left-hand side. So now all the vehicular traffic is there. Pedestrians are now still at the bottom. That creates a work zone in the middle for the contract to do the work. So what happens here in the orange, basically taking down all three of those main girders and the existing substructure to make room for a majority of the new portion of the bridge. And really simply, we're going to construct as much bridge as we can at this stage. That's going to now carry those 2 lanes that are on temporary bridge. And this stage will then be on that new bridge in the following stage. And all the while, that temporary pedestrian bridge is still going to be operational. So finally now, we are in the 4th stage. Traffic now shifted onto that blue portion of the bridge, which is the newly constructed portion. Now we have to go in and take out that temporary bridge and the temporary roadways that were also built with that. And I apologize, I think I might have glossed over that. We build the bridge, let me go back, but you also see that going up to the bridge, there's temporary roadway. There will be retaining walls, temporary, that go along the edge of the roadway to provide that temporary bypass road that goes along the top that leads to that green for the temporary bridge. So once again, that will now be removed along with those temporary approach roadways. And then simply we go down and complete the remaining portion of the structure. And then the temporary bridge after that will be removed during a temporary traffic shift to the north. So that is the summary of the presentation. So if council members, public, anyone with questions?
The temporary bridges, will their elevation be the same as the existing bridge? Will that call it?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
So there won't be anything lower when the construction's going on that we have to worry about people upstream not being able to get their boats
The
out.
temporary bridge will be probably the same depth as the new bridge.
That's what it looked like, but I was just wanting to make sure. Excellent.
You can
Thank
say
you.
roadway elevations, you can't raise anything because of the proximity to the intersection, there's just no room.
I have a question.
Sure.
The pedestrian bridge, I don't know how it's constructed. Could that stay and be a permanent thing for pedestrians, fishing and recreation as well?
Well, that would be outside of, that would be a little tougher from a rental standpoint. It could be explored, but that is going to be out. There's a lot more that comes with acquisition of rights to be in the waterway.
Okay.
There's tidelands claims when you get outside there, there's a little more from a right-of-way standpoint, because believe it or not, somebody actually owns the water we have to get rights from.
Okay.
Yeah. Believe it or not. And one thing I forgot to mention, if it wasn't clear, that we are maintaining both through lanes throughout construction. So we aren't closing any lanes during a project. We looked at that early on, realized how congested the area can be. There wasn't really any logical detours. We looked at regional detours. They're just very hard to enforce, very hard to get people to follow. And we realized that the only cut through, if you had a detour, would probably be through local streets, and that really just isn't viable. So any type of construction that required any closures of the lanes, we avoided.
Very good. Any other questions? Thank you very much. Appreciate you coming in, giving us a heads up. We got a little bit of time to prepare, but
Okay,
it's like a great project.
great. And that after this, the resolution support that comes next meeting for this?
Yes.
So in this one.
It's in there?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, we'll have landfill redevelopment projects, resource renewal. Jeff Day is going to give us an update on where we're at with that.
Yep, I think so. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for inviting me. Update on the landfill closure project. The wrong way. Okay. So that's me, Jeff Dye, redeveloper. Also with us is Brian Emilius. Brian is the LSRP. He's the lead environmental professional on the project. Tonight's presentation is going to be quick. I know you got a busy agenda, but summary of the project, status of where the project stands, a regulatory update, and our schedule update. And then again, just summarizing the redevelopment as a whole, which is, straightforward in summary. So obviously, what we've been working on funding and getting our approval is the landfill remediation and closure. That's the first step, and our redevelopment will be a ground-mounted solar array. We have confirmed with the redeveloper they're going to go for a community solar project, which will benefit the residences and the businesses and the township with the price of energy for the production that we're looking at. Looking at about up to 5 megawatts right now, and they did an updated preliminary evaluation with Atlanta City Electric, and there is capacity on the system, which is positive. So, status of the project. Investigation is complete. Soil and groundwater conditions are defined and delineated in all directions. Brian will speak to that a little bit. The landfill closure remediation plans are complete and with the Pinelands Commission for approval. I have an update on that in a moment. Landfill closure scope of work has been bid out to 5 heavy civil contractors. We've selected one. We're working with them on finalizing contracts and scopes once we get our final approvals in place. Again, coming update shortly. Initial remedial updated groundwater sampling has been completed since we extended our last redevelopment. 2 full rounds of all 34 wells, Brian? 30? Yeah, 30. And all the conditions are still the same. We still have what is relatively a very minor impact on groundwater that you'd expect from a fairly large landfill like this, which is part of the positive effects that have allowed us to go through with our design of the permeable cap closure that's been approved by the Pinelands. Pinelands has approved various steps along the way and then required some other things as we've gone, as I'm sure that you folks are familiar with the Pinelands in a number of different projects. The groundwater wells within the landfill closure area have recently been properly abandoned by a New Jersey certified well driller so that they aren't any kind of an issue while we go forward with the closure. They would be replaced at Brian's direction as we would get further into the project. Or once we get the closures completed and we're toward the end of the physical closure activities. This is a quick summary of the groundwater conditions. I'm going to have Brian just kind of talk to you about this. You can see the extent of the wells we have out there. And
okay, as Jeff indicated, these are our series of groundwater monitoring wells that are inside and around the landfill itself. The ones that are inside the blue box are the ones that Jeff indicated have been recently closed, so we can, when we go to do the redevelopment, they don't get damaged and destroyed, and so that's why they've been sealed up and will be replaced. It's a little tough to read on here, but basically what this map shows you is I hate to use the word contaminants, but things we found that are above NJDEP standards at the landfill and around the landfill. But as you can see, there's some compounds in MW5 on the south side of the landfill that are they're petroleum products, probably associated with something like diesel fuel or heating oil. But as you can see, they're only found in the one well there. And then to the south of that, you don't see the same compound. So what we say that they're delineated, and they're not very extensive. Groundwater flow at this site is from more or less the northeast down to the southwest. And if you had a significant issue at the site, you would see those compounds in the wells that are located to the southwest of that, and we don't. So in the grand scheme of things, the landfill is very clean, and it's delineated. The groundwater issues we do see are delineated, and again, allowing us to proceed with the redevelopment.
we don't have any serious soil issues either, right? Yeah. And with any landfill closure, these monitoring wells, not all these wells, will close wells that aren't needed anymore, but it will be monitored continuously over time for at least 30 years post-closure. So we monitor this before closure. Project status. So draft landfill closure plans have been submitted to Pinelands Commission and DEP. The updated draft of the landfill closure plan was submitted in last year at this time in response to the Pinelands Commission's comments. They gave approval of all aspects of the design and submittal at that point, except they required a red-headed woodpecker study, which we did and was completed. The PC did not accept our professional's submittal, which indicated that it wouldn't be a detrimental and permanent endangerment to the habitat for the woodpecker, and requested that we redesign the closure to allow for a flight corridor around the development area. Talk a little bit about that quickly. So this is, I don't have a point. The pointer doesn't work here on this one. But anyway, you can see this was our original plan where they wanted a 100-foot corridor, and the lots to the right, which I've talked about numerous times, are off the landfill lot, but they have waste on them, so they were impacted. And that's the 58, 12, 13, and 14. And we have access agreements in place with those right now, but we were proposing a lesser than 100 feet and not on the east side of the landfill property because we know the nest was over on the west side. They did not accept that, and so we went back and fought back and forth toward the middle of the end of next year, and the mayor communicated with the Finance Commission, set up a meeting in mid-December, which we attended, and they still didn't acquiesce to anything. And so we said, okay, we got to give up and redesign and give them basically what they're asking for with the corridor. In order to do that, the township was gracious enough to add into the mix, or we had to add into the mix, 5815, which is the lot in the bottom right-hand corner there. And then this is the new design. You could see that we now have moved the basins that were down at the bottom there. We've moved them up, made them a little smaller, and put them over on lot 15, which is that lot down in the bottom right-hand corner. The other basins are relatively the same. On the west side, we kind of brought some of the area in a little bit and steepened that slope to provide for as much of the corridor over there as we can. We submitted this to the Pines Commission before we went forward with the design as a concept, which they approved, indicating that the corridor was satisfactory to them. So they now have this full plan in place and our regulatory update. I got this last Thursday. The Pines Commission reviewed our updated landfill closure plan and provided feedback. And the issue with the redesign was the basins were new. We had to do new infiltration testing. And they have verified that our design is now consistent with the stormwater management standards so that they could approve that. So now, therefore, now all the components are complete, reviewed by the staff prior to the end of April. We should be on the June 13th Finance Commission meeting for completion. So that's where things stand. We don't have anything that we're missing at this point. We've got to get our 200-foot public notice out the door. That's going to hopefully go out by the end of this week, and then we'll be have met all the conditions of the Pinelands approval. Schedule update. Based on the current status, we expect to have all our approvals in place and permits in place by the end of June, early July. Street opening, updates to anything else we have, which we'll be getting along the way here. But the DEP has already reviewed all phases of the plan, even though you have to get Pinelands official approval first and then submit to the DEP. But they're kind of pre-ready, if you will, because they've looked at all the designs along the way and have consulted with us. So we're expecting, realistically, maybe it's 30 days. They've indicated 2 weeks, but we'll see. So that's why I'm saying June, early July, if we're on the 13th meeting. So first task would be to establish construction entrance from to the property, installation, perimeter fencing, and site clearing. Again, we hope to start that either just before or right after the 4th of July holiday. This is our schedule that's now attached to our redevelopment agreement, and this schedule doesn't have any actual days on it. I'll update this and make it easier to read. It's just an elapsed time from approval, which is how the agreement reads. Our next update will be, we have our agreement also indicates quarterly updates. We'll be back in July. At that point, I should have a firm handle on the schedule events. More clearly, you can go through those. And so that's what the objective is for us to provide to Township at that next update in July. And at that point, we will hopefully have all of our approvals and a definitive schedule to move forward and complete. We're still in working with the contractors, anticipating a closure construction schedule of 9 to 12 months. And the bottom that you see there, that's groundwater monitoring over time. Again, we've already done the first 2 rounds of that, so that's where things go. I think I mentioned this. The solar developer has confirmed that they're going to move forward with a community solar application, and Atlantic City Electric has indicated that they have the capacity to allow that. That's it. That's my number and Brian's number. If you have any other questions offline, but happen to answer any questions of mayor, the committee, or the public at this point.
Thank you, Jeff. Anybody have any questions? We're all good? Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate the update. Looks like things are starting to move now.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move to the next item on the agenda, resignation of committeeman member Laws. I want to read Bobby's committeeman Laws' letter of resignation. Dear members of the Township Committee, due to an incredible career opportunity, I'm writing formally to announce my resignation from my position as committeeman of the Township of Hamilton, effective April 7, 2025. It's been a true honor and a privilege to serve the community that placed in their trust and votes in me. The experience of representing our township and working alongside with so many passionate, dedicated committee members has been incredibly rewarding. I will forever be grateful for the opportunity to contribute to the growth and well-being of Hamilton Township. I would like to extend my deepest appreciation to the staff, particularly our HR director, our business administrator, our chief of police, and our township clerk. Working with each of you has been an inspiring and fulfilling experience. Your professionalism, commitment, and teamwork have been invaluable in carrying out our shared mission. While it is with mixed emotions that I step down, I am confident that the township will continue to thrive under the leadership and support of all those involved. Thank you again for the trust and the opportunity to serve. I look forward to continuing to support the Township of Hamilton in whatever capacity I can moving forward. Sincerely, Robert Laws. With that, we have to replace Committeeman Laws. I'll read you the letter we received from the Republican Municipal Committee. Dear Mayor Schenker and Mrs. Martino, due to the resignation of Republican Bobby Laws for Township Committee, there currently exists a vacancy on Township Committee. The members of the Republican Municipal Committee assembled on April 12, 2025, pursuant to the municipal vacancy law. The committee herewith submits the following 3 individuals for consideration for appointment by Township Committee to temporarily fill this vacancy until a successor is elected and certified. Dr. Warren Jerry Nelson, Mary Jo Keltz, Alita M. Graham. If you have any questions, please contact me. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Richard Cheek, Republican Municipal Chair. So with that, we have 3 names. I would take a motion.
I'll motion Dr. Nelson.
We have a motion for Dr. Nelson.
Second.
We have a second. Any questions, concerns? Rita, can we get a roll call vote on this, please?
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Vitale?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Schenker?
Yes.
All yes and carry.
Thank you. We'll now have the oath of office administered to Dr. Jerry Nelson. Commissioner Amy Gatto will do this for us. Hello, Amy. How are you? Always nice to see you here. Jerry, your son looks thrilled. Try to control yourself, really. Take it down a notch.
A little special. Okay, but that's what you're going to say. Right hand on the Bible. Oh, no. What is it, Anthony?
Oh, I have. He's a little older, but I have one. They're awesome.
Right hand. Right hand.
Anthony said it's good.
Right hand man.
First of all, if I may, Mr. Mayor and committee, it's always a pleasure to be here. Want to just take a moment to, as we swear somebody else in, to just send my condolences for Dr. Byers, who passed away this week and served this community for a number of years. We flip-flopped coming in and out on Township Committee, and had the chance to actually run against Dr. Byers a number of times, and we always had really wonderful conversations despite being on opposite sides of the aisle. So I just wanted to take a moment to celebrate his life for a moment as we get ready to celebrate another public servant here. And Jerry, I'm just so happy for you. You have served our community so proudly on the Hamilton Township School Board for how many years now? 6 years, and served as the president for 1. And just done such a fabulous job bringing in Dr. Zito and making so many wonderful changes in the district, but still preserving what we love about the district. So kudos to your work and leadership there, along with the other members of the school board, and I see several that are here tonight. So it's great that you have that support. So congratulations, and with that, let's make it official. Raise that right hand and repeat after me. Make sure you get picked up in the audio. I, Dr. Warren G. Nelson.
I, Dr. Warren G. Nelson.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support the Constitution.
That I will support the Constitution.
Of the United States.
Of the United States.
And the Constitution.
And the Constitution.
Of the State of New Jersey.
Of the State of New Jersey.
And that I will bear true faith and allegiance.
I will bear true faith and allegiance.
To the same.
To the same.
And to the governments established.
And to the governments established.
In the United States.
In the United States.
And in this state.
And in this state.
Under the authority of the people.
Under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear.
Do further solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully.
That I will faithfully.
Impartially.
Impartially.
And justly.
And justly.
Perform all of the duties. Of the Township Committee member.
Of the Township Committee member.
Of the Township of Hamilton.
Of the Township of Hamilton.
For the term of.
For the term of.
April 21st, 2025.
April 21st, 2025.
Until the results of.
As a result of.
The November 4, 2025 election.
November 4, 2025 election.
Are certified.
Are certified.
According to the best of my ability.
According to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. He's signing there. And then you do the rest of that one. And then this is extra ones. Extra. I'm now extra, like you have to sign 3 times because you weren't on the.
Good seeing you. Good to see you.
Amy?
You too.
Arthur.
Yeah.
Nice.
Welcome aboard.
Congratulations.
Welcome aboard, Doctor. It seems as though you have to have a doctorate to sit up here, so I got to get working on mine soon. All right, I have to do a little bit of housekeeping here, and I'm just going to real quick read off of the department co-chairmans. I had to switch things around because of some conflicts, but and add some people in because of committeeman laws leaving the dais. So the administration and finance will be myself and Committeeman Cheek. Public Works will be Dr. Jerry Nelson and Dr. Thelma Witherspoon. Public Safety will be myself and Committeeman Carl Patali. Planning and Zoning will be Dr. Thelma Witherspoon and Committeeman Richard Cheek. Special events and recreation will be Carl Patali and Dr. Jerry Nelson. Okay. We have no additions or deletions of late agenda items to be considered. Early public comment on agenda items, excluding items listed for public hearings.
We have no one signed up.
Thank you. 2025 budget. A resolution authorizing the local examination of the 2025 municipal budget. I'll entertain a motion to move this resolution.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any questions or comments? Need a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Dr. Nelson?
Yes.
Mr. Sally?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Shanker?
Yes. Mr. Solicitor,
Yes, Mayor.
is Dr. Nelson, I'm not sure what he can be involved in because he wasn't at the last meeting as far as voting wise.
He can participate. Right?
This is good? Okay, thank you. B, resolution authorizing the 2025 municipal budget to be read in title only. Rita?
Resolution authorizing Township of Hamilton 2025 budget to be read by title only. Whereas NJSA 40A:4-8 provides that the budget be read by title only at the time of the public hearing if a resolution is passed by not less than a majority of the full governing body, providing that at least 1 week prior to this date of hearing, a complete copy of the approved budget as advertised has been posted in the municipal building, and copies have been made available by the clerk to persons requesting them. And whereas these two conditions have been met, now therefore be it resolved by the governing body of the Township of Hamilton that the 2025 budget shall be read by title only.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any questions or comments? Rita, can we do a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Dr. Nelson?
Yes.
Mr. Vitale?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Shanker?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Thank you. C, public hearing on the 2025 municipal budget. I'll open this up to the public. Anybody in the public like to speak?
Move to close public.
Second.
A motion and a second to close the public portion of the municipal budget. Excuse me. Any questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. We'll move to E, adoption of the 2025 municipal budget.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Rita, can you give me a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Dr. Nelson?
Yes.
Mr. Vitale?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Shanker?
Yes.
All yes and adopted.
Thank you. We'll move on to 8, discussions. Formal action may be taken. This is Chief of Police extra duties, and basically what we're talking about here is moving the oversight of the 4 fire departments under the Township Administrator. Sure. And moving oversight of recreation and youth services to the Township Administrator, which currently are under the Chief of Police. This is for us to give approval for a change in the ordinance.
Mayor, for the proceedings in the record, Dr. Nelson did recuse himself on this matter.
Okay, thank you. We want to, so we just need to tell you, yes, we want to do this and move forward?
Yes, Mayor, if I may address
Sure.
this. This is essentially to move two issues or two, both recreation and the fire department that is currently under the chief of police. It's my understanding that it's going to be moved back to the administrator under his role. As of right now, recreation under the code is under the administrator. It was delegated, but the fire department and the responsibilities are under the chief of police. So we need authorization by the day as the governing body to be able to draft the ordinances. There's going to be at least one ordinance that we have to amend, as well as at least 2 parts of the code to move that duty back to the administrator, if you would so like.
All right. Do we need a vote on this, or just a,
I would like a vote.
okay?
I have a question. I don't know if we need a motion. I have a
We
question.
have to do the motion first, right? Because I have a question too.
We can address questions.
Go ahead,
We can address it?
Mhm.
Paragraph 2, unless I'm reading it wrong, it states that the chief of police shall have oversight and a liaison for the emergency management coordinator, fire departments, and rescue squad. That he shall have the liaison.
May
I thought we were moving it to the administrator.
I address that, Mayor?
Yes, please.
Committeeman Cheek, so that's how it's written as of now, so you're giving me permission to change that.
Oh, okay, so
what's
that's
being
not the
changed.
proposed, that's how it is
the current
now.
ordinance and the current code that's being altered.
Okay, so that will be changed.
Correct, yes.
Okay.
To change it from the
All
chief
right.
of police to the administrator.
Not a problem.
Okay,
I have a question, Mayor.
sure.
I just would like to know, we've given our township administrator additional duties, but he doesn't have a contract. So how are we going to address that? Because I just don't think it's fair to continue to give him extra work and he doesn't have a contract.
I think we'll address that, move this over so that it'll all be part of that.
You mean, once this is done?
Right. Then his list of duties will be clear, and we'll base his contract on that.
All right.
Redo his job description.
Yes. This is the first step.
Okay. I just wanted to bring that up.
No, that's fine.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions? I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Second.
A motion second to go ahead with the change in the ordinance. Rita, can we get a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Shanker?
Yes, thank you. Okay, can we get Sherry? Come back in, please.
We're gonna need like a little button or something.
We do. It's a good idea.
Get IT on it. There's IT. There it is. There it is.
You could push that button.
Don't push that button.
Welcome back. Thanks. Okay, yeah, I did, yeah. So number 9, public hearings and adoption of ordinances, we have none. We'll move on to 10, introduction of ordinances. Public hearing to be held May 5th, 2025. A is an ordinance 2101-2025, an ordinance amending Chapter 102, Section 6 of the Code of Township of Hamilton regarding hours of operation, liquor licensed businesses. Mr. Solicitor, would you like to give us a little background on this, please?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. If the governing body recalls, this was discussed at our last meeting, and the chief of police had the opportunity to speak during that meeting regarding the wish to change the closing time from 4 a.m. down to 2 a.m. in a coordination with a majority of the rest of the state for both public and health concerns. And for the public's reminder, this will be on for a final reading or second reading on May 5th, 2025.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions?
I'll motion.
We have a motion.
Second.
We have a second. Questions or concerns? Hearing none. Rita, could we do a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Dr. Nelson?
Yes.
Mr. Vitale?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Shanker?
Yes.
All yes, Mr. Cheek.
Thank you. 11, award of bids, contracts, and change orders. A, resolution approving a change order, fiscal year 2023, Safe Streets Transit Program Park Road Sidewalk Project to Charles Marandino LLC for the increased amount of $3,142.20.
So moved.
We have a motion?
Second.
Second. Any questions, comments? I have one question, Mr. Engineer. Is this the last of it? This is it, close out?
Sir, I did not deal with that project. It was
Okay.
handled by This is,
I saw that, so I'm assuming,
This
right?
is the closeout,
This is
yes.
it? Okay, very good. Rita, can we get a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Chief?
Yes.
Dr. Nelson?
yes.
Valley?
Abstain.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Schenker?
Yes.
4 yes, 1 abstention. Motion
Thank you. B, resolution authorizing the purchase of an FE50 or Ford E450 Type 3 base ambulance remount from VCI Emergency Vehicle Specialist through Houston Galveston Area Council Cooperative Purchasing Program, not to exceed $249,882.67.
So moved.
We have a motion.
Second.
We have a second. Are there any questions or comments?
Used to buy a fire truck for that.
Not anymore.
What? Used to.
this is from last year's budget, that should be noted. This was something that we introduced last year for capital. They're just getting to order it this year because they already had one out for remount. They didn't want to have them both out at the same time.
Right.
So.
This is something we started a few years back, remounting our ambulances and stuff, which is saving us. I know $250,000 sounds like a lot of money, but it's actually saving us money because a new one goes, what, around $500,000? Rita, can we get a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Chief?
Yes.
Dr. Nelson?
Yes.
Mr. Vitale?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Schenker?
Yes. Thank you. Consent agenda. We have items A through G.
I would like to make a motion on the consent agenda, 12A to 12 to G.
Okay. We have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
We have a second. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Excuse me. 13, personnel. Accept resignation of John Applegate, HPC Class C member, 4-year term expiring 12/31/25, effective immediately. You get a motion?
Motion?
Second.
A motion, we have a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, the ayes have it. B, appoint Carol Pickett Young to fill the Class C HPC member vacancy for 4-year term expiring 12/31/28. She's
So,
currently serving as an alternate one. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
so moved.
We have a motion.
Second.
We have a second. Are there any questions? Hearing no questions, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. Approvals. Minutes, regular meeting minutes of March 17, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Are there any questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed,
Abstain.
we have 4 yeses and an abstention. Okay, minutes, regular meeting minutes, April 7th, 2025.
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion, we have a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it.
Abstain. Abstain.
Minutes, executive session meeting minutes, April 7th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any questions, comments? Rita, can we get a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Chief?
Yes.
Dr. Nelson?
Abstain.
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Schenker?
Yes.
4 yes, 1 abstention. Motion carried.
Thank you. I'm going to split the bill list because of a conflict. The first part of this, it will still come to a total of $7,748,506.62. So I'll look for approval for $154,907.16.
That's 2?
No, this is the first one, Rich.
Yeah, okay. Motion?
Second.
We have a second. Any questions, comments? Rita, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Chi?
Yes.
Dr. Nelson?
Abstain.
Mr. Vitale?
Abstain.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Schenker?
Yes.
3 yes, 2 abstention, motion carries.
Thank you. Okay, so the remainder is $6,593,599.46.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any questions, concerns? Rita, can we do a roll call vote for this too, please?
Mr. Chi?
Yes.
Dr. Nelson?
Abstain.
Mr. Vitale?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Schenker?
Yes. Thank you.
4 yes, 1 abstention.
Reports, Mr. Administrator.
I just real quick wanted to thank Officer Wade Smith for putting the DOT presentation together for us. And other than that, that's all I have.
Okay. Mr. Solicitor?
Nothing this time, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Engineer? Very good. Township Committee members, Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes, I would like to report that I did attend the Atlantic County Municipal Officials meeting at Martin's Restaurant. It was very nice. Their next meeting, they only meet a few times a year. The next meeting will be on June the 13th, location to be announced. They had someone, and I left a card in my car, from the Red Cross. They had a representative from the county to talk about the programs that the county offers to the public, so it was a very, very good meeting. And I also would like to thank Committeeman, Deputy Mayor Carl Vitale and Committeeman Dr. Nelson for coming to the Easter egg hunt on Saturday. It was very nice. It's not the first one in the district, but it was the first one that I sponsored and helped sponsor. And it turned out to be nice. We had over 200 children, and it was just family and fun. It was just good to see the kids out there having a great time. So I want to thank you for that support. And it was already said, Bill Byers, who passed away, certainly I was very sad about that. And our prayers and thoughts is with his wife Janet and his children. And I know that they're having his celebration of life services on this weekend. So we just ask everyone to keep his family in your prayers. Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor?
Kudos to Dr. Witherspoon for what she did on Saturday for the Easter egg hunt. Her and I were talking on Saturday, and I talked about, I remember when I was a kid, we had it at Underhill Park. I don't remember who sponsored it, but it was always a good time, and it kind of disappeared for quite a long time, so it's nice that somebody did that. And the weather was fantastic. You had a great day, so good job doing that. Bill Byers, it's sad to see him go. He was a really good guy. I've been friends with Clint for a long time, his son, and it's prayers are to him and their family. Had a local business here and loved the town and served everybody here by being up here on committee and other things that he's done. So sad to see him go. Thank you to Bobby Laws for what you did. Best of luck to your endeavor on as why you couldn't be up here anymore. So best of luck to you. Thank you for doing what you did. It takes a lot to jump in and run a campaign and ask for votes and all that stuff, and then sit up here and do all that work. So kudos to him for doing that. And like I said, best of luck. And I'd like to say thanks to John Applegate for his time on HPC. Another person that steps up and got involved for as long as he could, but work gets in the way there too. One last thing, April 25th is Parental Alienation Awareness Day. I try to bring this up every year, so just think about that. April 25th. Lot of parents out there that don't have their kids in their lives for a stupid reason. We'll leave it at that. But Reagan, hi, Maddie, miss you, love you, and I hope to see you soon.
Very good. This is the first time you ever got like a response from her.
right.
That was pretty cool.
Well, she was sticking her tongue at me earlier.
That's all right. We'll have words after this is over. Mayor Cheek.
My thoughts go out to the Byers family as well. I was fortunate. We lived down the street from each other for the last 43 years. He was a real gentleman. Bobby and I ran against him last year, and in different social functions that we would be at, he was great to be around, and my thoughts are with the family. Also on Saturday, the sustainability team had a cleanup on Cologne Avenue. And it's just amazing that the year 2025, the stuff you pick up and how everyone is still littering at the red light while they're sitting there. Please, anyone, just keep it in your car. Throw it at the trash can at Wawa. And that's all I have.
Thank you. For the first time, Dr. Nelson.
Thanks, Mayor. I want to say thank you to everybody who supported me over the last few years between all my different endeavors and people that helped me get to this spot and will continue to support me. Thank you to the wife for letting me do this. And
Wait till next year.
that'll change, right? And I want to say thank you to all my friends, family that showed up to support me. I do appreciate it. Some of you have driven long ways to come here for tonight. And thank you very much. And I also wanted to call out what Carl talked about, the April 25th parental alienation. I have a good friend that is affected by this, and it's just unbelievable what has happened to him, and just what appears to be a court with no common sense. When just the stories that he's telling me about what happens to him on a daily basis. So things have to change, and any support you can give towards that, it goes a long way. To fix some of the things that are wrong in that, with the way we treat parents and their parental rights across the board. Other than that, I want to say thank you, and I thank you for all your trust you're putting in me. I appreciate it.
Very good. Thank you. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate Dr. Nelson. It's going to be great having you up here. We expect a lot from you, so don't disappoint.
Yeah.
I also like to thank Committeeman Bobby Laws. He did a great job. He is still a major part of this community. I wish him well in his next career, which kind of did not fit well with this, so he had to move on, and I'm sad to see it, but I'm also glad to see Jerry here at the same time. So I look forward to all the things we'll be able to do together. I'd like to thank Diane Fox and the senior committee. They did a health fair not this past weekend, but the weekend before. Did a great job, a lot of information. Takes a lot of work to put that together, and I can't thank them enough. Really did a fantastic job. Also, I had the absolute pleasure of running against Dr. Byers a couple elections ago, and the word gentleman kind of says it all. He's just a class act, was always a class act. You never had to worry about things getting down and dirty because he wouldn't allow it, wouldn't have it. So it was... I think no matter which side of the aisle you sit on, you want to have the best for the township, and, we don't have to be nasty with each other to get there. So what a pleasure. What a great man. Let's see, what else did I do? Went to Pittsburgh last weekend, but that's not important. The police awards. One of my favorite nights of the year, I sit over here and listen to all the awards being given out to the not only officers, but all the first responders, and even some folks in the public, some courageous and heroic people that did some nice things for other people, and it's something I look forward to. We don't really know what the police do, so to speak. They're out there, they do their job, and this is when you find out what they did that was above and beyond what they're supposed to do. And, not a lot of people at work do that. You guys do it on a regular, right? So thank you for that. Thank you for inviting me. I enjoyed it immensely. With that, I'm going to open up to public comment. Anybody in the public?
Just one thing. We forgot to announce May 3rd, Sustainable Green at Oakcrest. And that's going to start at 10 o'clock a.m. They do an excellent job every year.
Yep, that's correct.
We forgot to say something.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Anybody in the public like to speak? Jim?
I'm going to miss Bobby Laws very much. Then again, Jerry, congratulations.
Thanks, Jim.
So, and it'll be a wonderful year
Thanks.
until November anyway, and see how the election turns out.
Agree.
So there's three open seats now instead of two. So we'll see what happens.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jim. Anyone else from the public like to speak?
Move to close public?
Second.
Fair motion, we have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, we will adjourn to executive session. Chief of Police promotional process is what we're going to be discussing. I do not believe we are coming out with any,
There may be formal action, Mayor.
okay. All right, there may be formal action for any of those who want to hang around. You just can't hang around here.
Make a motion to go into.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. We are in open session. Rita, you have a resolution you'd like to read to us?
We're going to make sure
What's he doing?
nobody's out there. He's got to let them back in.
There's no from the public.
Thanks,
Who made the
Mr.
motion?
Solicitor.
Come back in.
Carl, and I second.
Thank you.
Yes.
I mean, Deputy Mayor.
We also.
Commissioner, may I read the resolution?
Yes. Thank you.
The resolution to appoint Anthony Alcott as Chief of Police of the Township of Hamilton. Be it resolved by the Township Committee, Township of Hamilton, to appoint Anthony Alcott as Chief of Police of the Township of Hamilton, and a salary to be set subject to the salary range established in Chapter 66 of the Code of Township of Hamilton, effective July 1st, 2025 at 9 a.m. Be it further resolved, the Township Administrator is hereby authorized to negotiate an employment agreement with the Chief of Police on final approval of the Township Committee. Motion.
Very good. Motion.
Second?
So we have a motion. We have a second. Any questions or concerns? Hearing none. Rita, can we do a roll call vote on this, please?
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Vitale?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Shanker?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. I'll accept the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved. Second?
Motion. We have a second. Any questions, concerns? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, everyone.